Okay, so picture a superhero story. But let's just strip away all the Hollywood stuff for a second. No billion-dollar budgets, no cities getting leveled, the fate of the multiverse is not hanging in the balance. So what are you even left with?
Well, what you get is this really fascinating Italian film series called The Invisible Boy. And it gives us a pretty unique answer to that question by swapping out that epic scale for something, well, something way more personal and, honestly, a lot more relatable. And this isn't just some niche, artsy curiosity. I mean, as this fan points out, people see these films as a really charming and ambitious alternative in a genre that's pretty much dominated by American blockbusters. They just bring this very different, very European feel to the whole superhero origin story. It's way more about the character's internal world than, some giant external threat. And this right here, this really gets to the core of it. While one is all about saving the world, The Invisible Boy is just about trying to navigate it. It's less about cosmic bad guys and more about the anxiety of being a teenager, which, let's be real, can feel just as world-ending some days.
All right, so how does this whole story actually play out? Here's the plan. We're gonna follow our hero, Michel, on his journey from a painfully average kid to, well, something else entirely.
Okay, first up, let's meet the kid at the center of all this. He's a 13-year-old named Michele Silenzi, and long before he could literally become invisible, he already felt that way pretty much every single day. At school, Michel is, that kid, the classic loner. He's shy, he's definitely not popular, and he basically just exists on the outer edges of everything. He's the kind of kid you might see, but you don't really notice.
Well, most people don't notice him. But two bullies, Ivan and Brando, they definitely do. And they make his life a total nightmare, always stealing his money, even chasing him around the school with paintball guns. It's just this constant, awful cycle of humiliation for him.
So his one real escape from all this is a huge crush he has on a classmate named Stella. But being Michel, his way of showing it is by secretly filming her on his phone because he's just way too scared to actually talk to her. It's a perfect picture of that super awkward teenage longing. And all of this just comes to a head and totally explodes at a Halloween party. His bullies steal the money he'd saved for a cool Spider-Man costume, so he has to wear this cheap, bizarre-looking thing instead. And then, to make things a million times worse, they grab his phone and project those secret videos of Stella for the entire party to see. It is, without a doubt, his absolute rock bottom.
So right there, at his lowest possible point, something impossible happens. He runs from that total disaster of a party, locks himself in a bathroom, looks in the mirror, and just makes this wish out of pure desperation.
And, the universe, or something, was apparently listening. Because he wakes up the next morning and he is completely, totally invisible. That desperate wish just became a very, very real and terrifying new reality. So what's a kid do with a power like this? Well, Mikhail starts using it with perfect teenage logic. First up, glorious, hilarious revenge on his bullies. Then comes the very questionable decision to sneak into the girls' locker room. And that leads directly to the consequences, because his power decides to flicker out at the worst possible moment, leaving him completely exposed. And that's the thing. This isn't some perfect, easy-to-control superpower. It's messy, it's tied to his emotions, so if he gets too excited or too scared, it can just fizzle out. And it takes a physical toll on him too, causing these frequent, super inconvenient nosebleeds. So, as Michele is struggling to get a handle on this new ability, he starts to realize it has nothing to do with that weird costume he wore. In fact, he's about to find out that the entire story of his life is basically a lie. Yeah, in this absolutely heartbreaking scene, he overhears his mom, the woman who raised him, who's a police inspector, on the phone, and he learns she's not his biological mother. The discovery just completely shatters his world all over again. Not long after that, he meets this mysterious blind man, Andre, who drops this incredible truth bomb on him. Andre is his real father, and they are both what's known as specials, people who got superpowers from a nuclear disaster in Russia. They were hunted down, experimented on, and his parents staged this daring escape to save him. In the chaos, his mother, Yelena, apparently sacrificed her life so they could get away. So his invisibility? It's an inheritance, not some random accident. But the story is so not over. The sequel, The Invisible Boy Second Generation, picks up this whole family secret thread and just twists it into something way darker and so much more complicated. So the first huge bombshell? His mom, Yelena, she didn't actually die during that escape. She was captured, experimented on for years, and has been alive this whole time. And here's the twist that kicks the whole sequel into high gear. All those years of torture didn't just make her tough, they twisted her. Yelena is now the leader of this radical group of specials, and she is dead set on getting revenge against all the normals who imprisoned her.
Her plan is genuinely terrifying. She wants to recruit Michelle and his sister, who he just found out exists, to use their blood to restore her own fading powers. Her ultimate goal is to launch a massive attack to prove that specials are superior. And then comes the final gut-wrenching twist. It's revealed that she was the one behind the car accident that killed Giovanna, the woman who raised Michelle. So now he has to make this impossible choice: the biological family he just found, or the memory of the family that chose him.
So, with a story that's so focused on family trauma and teenage angst instead of, saving the planet, you have to wonder how it landed. I mean, did this more grounded, character-driven story actually connect with its audience, especially in a world full of cinematic universes?
Well, it turns out the European Film Academy, which is made up of thousands of filmmakers, has a special award that's designed to answer that exact question. In a world pretty much flooded with American movies, this award tries to find and celebrate European films that really genuinely connect with young people. And in 2015, The Invisible Boy won their Big Young Audience Award. Now here's the crucial part. The winner isn't decided by a bunch of critics in a room. It's voted on directly by juries of actual 12 to 14-year-olds from all across Europe. The movie's real target audience looked at all the options out there, and they chose this story. They picked the hero who was dealing with bullies and messy family secrets over all the huge spectacle. And really, the success of this film proves that a story about feeling unseen, discovering your family isn't what you thought it was, and just working up the courage to talk to your crush, that can hit just as hard as a story about beating an alien army. It kind of suggests that maybe real heroism isn't about the size of the fight, but about the heart you bring to it.